What if the habits you call just my personality are actually signs of childhood trauma? Sometimes the patterns we repeat as adults are really survival skills we learned as children. Today, I'm going to talk about the issues I've worked with most with clients over the last 25 years, and it's childhood trauma. And specifically, we're going to look at 13 signs of it that you should not ignore. Hi, I'm Jill Nicholson. I'm a psychotherapist. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome back to my channel that is all about why we are as we are and what makes us tick. And if we are new to you, it's lovely to have you here. These signs of childhood trauma might seem small on the surface, but they can deeply affect our confidence, our relationships, or how safe we feel in the world. Sometimes we accept certain traits in ourselves, even when they cause us pain and difficulty. Do you ever hear yourself saying, "It's just the way I am"? If so, this is going to be eye-opening for you. Now, I don't want you to judge these traits or yourself. But how about we just get curious about them together? You ready? I know this is a therapist who works with trauma, but also someone who worked through my own childhood trauma. So if you've ever felt confused about why you think, feel, or act the way you do, this video will bring some clarity and hope. Sign number one, over-apologising. This is a common one, constantly saying, "I'm sorry." You apologise even when you've done nothing wrong, like when someone else bumps into you. This usually comes from growing up in an environment where mistakes weren't tolerated, so you learn to take the blame in order to stay safe. Perhaps you complied or tried to de-escalate a situation, appeasing an angry parent or sibling. In doing so, you carried the cost yourself, absorbing the tension, silencing your own needs, and believing that keeping the peace was more important than your needs. Perhaps you're still over-apologising now. So what do we do? Noticing it is the first step. And you can start practicing by pausing, to pause, to zip it before "I'm sorry" comes out your mouth. And ask yourself, did I actually do something wrong? If it was not you, it was not you. Take the permission to hold your own truth and reality. You know, over-apologising can often be accompanied with over-explaining. But anyway, I'll come to that later. Sign number two, when silence feels safer, when keeping quiet feels safer than speaking up. You might hold back your opinions even when you have something valuable to say. And it often comes up from growing up in a household where speaking up led to conflict or punishment or ridicule, or made you feel different from others. You might have felt like the outsider, the weird one. So what do we do? You deserve to be heard. Know that. Start small. Share your opinion with someone you trust. In this instance, unzip it. It won't be that way. And bit by bit, you'll prove to yourself it's safe to use your voice. The world needs your voice. It needs compassionate, critical thinkers. It needs problem solvers. Sign number three, downplaying achievements. Do you ever dismiss your own wins? Do you make them small and insignificant? That's downplaying your own achievements. Instead of celebrating them, you might say things like, "Oh, it's no big deal. Anyone could have done it." And this often develops when you're young, where praise was rare or achievements were minimised. Or maybe if you receive messages such as, "Don't you get too big for your boots?" So what do we do? Try acknowledging even the smallest successes in a quiet way, like, I'm proud of myself. I'm very pleased. This can help you slowly build your self-worth and hold those achievements and the good feeling about it. Quietly treasure them. Do not discard them or make them small. File them inside you. Sign number 4, over-explaining. Feeling like you have to over-explain everything. Perhaps you give long justifications for simple decisions like why you bought a certain jacket. This often stems from needing to constantly defend yourself as a child to avoid being criticised. So what you need to do is remember, you do not owe everyone an explanation. I'm going to say it again. You do not owe everyone an explanation. Practice giving short answers and trusting that they are enough. Sign number 5, hyper-vigilance. Now, this is a big one and it can be utterly exhausting. Do you struggle to relax even when everything's fine? That's hyper-vigilance. Do you sit with the feeling of something bad is going to happen? It might feel like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Growing up in an unpredictable or unsafe environment or emotionally unsafe environment that's maybe quite volatile, it wires our nervous system to stay on guard. So what you need to do is grounding practices, and one of the simplest one is focusing on your breath. Breathe in through your nose for 4. Breathe out for a count of 6. Blow out. And then notice 5 things around you. Now, this can help remind your body and your brain that you are safe now. Sign number 6, struggling to name emotions. Oh, not knowing what you feel. So if someone asks you, how are you? And you honestly don't know what to say. Yeah, I was definitely one of those. So maybe I'd just say, oh, I'm fine. If emotions weren't welcomed in childhood, or if certain emotions weren't welcomed, you might have learned to shut them down, to simply not feel them. So reconnecting is possible. Try journaling, just writing down some random thoughts that take you into the feelings, or even using something like an emotional wheel to practice identifying what you feel. So it can sometimes be helpful to do this to get a sense of the emotional theme that is looping round inside you. Here's a wheel diagram to help you pinpoint what you're feeling in a really simple way. I love to keep it simple. Sign number 7, panic during conflict. Does conflict send you into panic, into a big flap? That's a big sign. Even small disagreements might leave you feeling unsafe or triggered. So if in childhood there was loud or violent or scary conflict, your body still reacts as if you're in danger, as if you were little again. So remind yourself, I am safe now. If you are in a heated discussion or argument with someone, take a break. It's healthy to step away and calm down. Find your own power. Center yourself. Stay in the now with all the inner resources that you have as an adult in the present. Sign number 8, difficulty accepting compliments. Do compliments make you feel uncomfortable? You might deflect praise with, oh, it's nothing, or change the subject. Maybe a friend says, oh, your hair's lovely, and you immediately say, oh, it needs washed. This often happens if praise was rare, conditional, or followed by criticism when you were young. Because for a little child experiencing a lot of criticism and no praise, that is actually traumatic. Traumatic to their growing sense of self. You see, all these signs are hidden wounds, ones we can heal. If you'd like to dive deeper into understanding childhood trauma, I've created a free ebook for you. It's called Childhood Trauma, Understanding and Healing Hidden Wounds. You'll find the link in the description below. Just click to download your copy. So if it's hard to accept compliments, just Practice saying, in response to a compliment, thank you, and stop there. Just stop. Just say thank you. It might feel awkward at first, but over time, it can help you let that positive feedback in. Sign number 9, people pleasing. Wow, it's a big one. Chronic people pleasing. You might go out of your way to meet everyone's needs, even at the expense of your own. As a child, you might have felt loved or safe or accepted only when you kept others happy. And this can leave you feeling that you're only okay when everyone around you is happy. Over time, this can sow the seed of a belief in the child that they carry into adulthood that sounds like I'm not okay if someone is angry at me. And it doesn't just apply to loved ones sometimes. You might even feel this with complete strangers. So you need to know you deserve care too. Try saying no to something small and notice that the world does not fall apart and you survive. You'll feel uncomfortable, but you will have made a start, a great start for your liberation. Sign number 10, feeling that you're a burden. The fear of being a burden. Do you avoid asking for help because you don't want to burden someone and struggle to ask for support, even if you really, really need it? This comes from being made to feel like your needs weren't important or they were just too much. Your needs are valid. They are valid. Practice reaching out to someone safe and asking for just one small thing that you need, and then accept the help graciously. Sign number 11, struggles with boundaries. Oof. Do you find boundaries hard? Either having none or putting up the walls, putting up the barriers. So either you let people walk all over you or you shut everyone out. That's common if your boundaries weren't respected as a child. So let's begin to look at boundaries in a different way. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges. Start with something simple like saying, I can't talk right now, but I'll call you later. Preserve your boundaries, preserve your space, preserve your energy, and just start with one small one. Sign number 12, feeling responsible for others' emotions. It's a heavy one, feeling like you're responsible for how everyone else is feeling. So if someone is upset, you automatically assume it's your fault or your job to fix it. This happens when, as a child, you were placed in the role of caretaker or peacemaker at such a young age. So remember, other people's feelings are not your job. They're not your responsibility. You can care without carrying their pain. It's their ouch. It's their situation to sort out, not yours. Just because you had certain roles in the past, like maybe the rescuer, the peacemaker, the caretaker, it does not mean you need to keep fulfilling that role forever. And we come to our last one, sign number 3, not feeling at home anywhere. Oh, it can be subtle, but it's really powerful. Not feeling truly at home. Even in your own space with family or friends, you might feel you just don't belong. You're just a bit different from others. And it can come from being in an environment when you were young where you never really felt safe, seen, heard, or accepted. So what do you do? Well, home isn't just a place. It's something you can build inside yourself and with people who truly care. Healing helps you create that sense of belonging and connection. That sense of feeling safe inside is so, so important. So, folks, these are the 13 signs of childhood trauma you shouldn't ignore. If you saw yourself in several of these, all of these, please know you're not broken. These behaviours were survival skills and they kept you safe when you needed them most. And the fact that you're here, that you're learning, that you're reflecting means you're already on your healing journey. And with self-awareness and compassion, you can unlearn these patterns and create healthier ones. And remember, you deserve healing, love, and peace. Now that you know 13 signs of childhood trauma, you might be wanting to understand the deeper impact of trauma so you can build awareness and begin healing. So how do you do that? Well, starting the video, watching the video is a start. Then download the free ebook, Childhood Trauma, Understanding and Healing Hidden Wounds. The link is in the description, and in it there's actually a little tick checklist around, did you experience childhood trauma? So when you bring together the video and the ebook, you learn what is trauma and how it's impacted you, and actually what you do about it. And that can be so deeply transformative for your healing journey. And I'd love you to start that journey by commenting below on your top takeaway from this video, and I'll respond to every comment. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and please check out the next video linked here. It will take you even deeper into how trauma shows up in your adulthood, and I'll see you there. Bye for now.